decades, one of the most historically successful programs in the nation. Welcome in Mick Cronin, Kobe Johnson, and Dylan Andrews to represent the Bruins. Guys, great to have you here. I know your first media days as members of the Big Ten. Mick, you've been coaching at a lot of different places for a long time. How does this one feel different and unique for you?
Well, I saw Tom Izzo in the hall. That's how.
There you go.
Yeah, never
First
been,
time.
I'm running the gamut, though. I got the Big East, got the Pac-12. Now I got the Big Ten. I think I'm done, though. No more new leagues. But no, we're excited. I mean, look, for the players, it's really exciting. You know, you get to play in some great venues and obviously some tough road environments, big schools with great student bodies. You know, that makes the coach a little more nervous. You know, but hey, life's about opportunity, so it's a great new opportunity for us. But to be honest, I'm just worried about getting home tonight so we can have a good practice tomorrow.
That is the focus for pretty much everybody, worried about that and keeping the guys healthy, right?
Oh, yeah.
Before game one of the season. So if you would do me the honor of kind of introducing some of the players that you brought with you. Let's start with the gentleman directly to your left, Dylan Andrews.
Well, Dylan's a junior from Gardenia, California, which we would call South L.A., for those of you out there wondering where that's at.
Everybody's going to be drawing on a map when they come out to visit.
That's South L.A., so, you know, he had a great sophomore year, and I put him in a really tough spot, didn't have a lot of help for him, and he tried to, got to go replace Tiger Campbell, but you don't have Jaime Jaquez and Jalen Clark to do it with. So it was trial by fire for Dylan, and he did a great job of not giving up when times got tough. And he came out on the other end. If you look at his statistics over our last 10 to 12 games, he was one of the best players in the Pac-12, so we're lucky to have him back.
And what about Kobe?
Well, it's interesting, you know, when you're looking for a senior leader in the old days, it was, well, who's a junior on your team, right? You know, can you go out and you draw it up on paper and say, okay, I need a winner. I need a guy that thinks like I do, that is about the same stuff I'm about, and is a fierce competitor, and he's my senior leader. It's hard to get him in the transfer portal. And so we got Lazar Stefanovic, and we got Kobe Johnson, who my senior leader hasn't ever played for me. But we saw eye to eye on a lot of things. We even locked eyes when we were playing against each other because I knew he was on my play calls. I knew I know what he's about as a player, having coached against him so many times, obviously in his days at USC. So we're lucky to have him.
Kobe, you're not just a transfer, but you're the rare crosstown transfer. So why was it the right move for you to stay in LA, but to join Coach Cronin at UCLA?
Yeah, you know, I've been playing against Cronin ever since my freshman year, and I know what he's all about. I know what he brings to the table. I know how he coaches his players, how he wants them to be, and how he gets the best out of them. And that's exactly what I want. That's exactly why I came here. That's exactly why I wanted to come play for him, because that's exactly what I want. I want to be pushed to be the best player that I can be, and just make the most out of my basketball career.
Yeah, what specifically did you see from his teams when you were on the other side?
Oh, I mean, everybody sees it, him on the sidelines, going at his players, but that's what I love. It shows that he cares for the game, that he's actually, in tune with the game, that, he loves his players.
Dylan, Coach Cronin talked about putting you in kind of a tough spot last year, but you grew because of that spot that you were in. How do you continue to grow, and what do you see as maybe your ideal role on this team in terms of not just benefiting you individually, but benefiting the team as a whole?
I feel as one of my roles on this team is a leader. This is my third year playing for Coach Cronin, and this year is a different year for us because we have a lot of transfers and a lot of new guys, new freshmen as well. And so basically what I've been trying to do is just be an extension of him on the court. Just knowing, I've learned so much, just gained so much knowledge from Coach Cronin that I just want to pour into the other guys, the guys that haven't been here and, their first year playing for Coach Cronin.
Mick, how can you even put a value on the importance of something like that in a year like this?
Well, look, we'll go way back. I worked for Bob Huggins my first job. I was fortunate that Coach gave me a chance to be with him, and it was an era of junior college basketball. And after a few years with him, I said, Coach, I think you plug in guys like Pete Michael on the wing who played in the NBA from junior college, or Ruben Patterson, but got to be careful with junior college guards because by the time you get them to play the way you want, I'm talking to Coach, they're gone. So to have return, I just think it's really hard to be a great team without some returning guards that have played for you And they understand the value of taking care of the basketball. Like, we stat everything. And right now he has the ball a lot, but these two guys are our low turnover guys in practice right away. So that he's been trained on how to value the basketball. So you got returning guards is a valuable thing for a coach, especially your stress levels.
In addition to these two guys, who will you look for to provide not just production but also leadership on your team this coming season?
Yeah, it's an interesting one because you're trying. Obviously, Lazar Stefanovic for us, he played major minutes last year, and he's a senior, and he's a great guy, and he's all about the team. And Lazar's so about the team, and when Kobe committed, Lazar immediately first text I got, this is a great get for us. He wants to go to the NCAA tournament. He wants to win. So, that's the attitude you want. But you're trying to empower guys that haven't ever played a game at UCLA. It's a very interesting dynamic when I'm trying to talk to Sky Clark and say, look, you've known Dylan since you were 8 years old. It's okay to talk as much as him in practice. But it's tough because you're a human. And, he knows he wasn't at UCLA, and Dylan was. So you're trying to empower William Kyle, who's coming in, and Tyler Bilodeau. These guys are juniors. Look, guys, we don't have time, for you to play games with the jersey before you get comfortable. So it's a new era, and like new hurdles you have to cross as a coach, right? Trying to get new transfers to talk and take ownership. And it all goes down to our freshmen, Trent Perry and Eric Freeney. I mean, Trent Perry's a big-time McDonald's All-American. You didn't come here to wait. You got to step in, and we all got to go after it right away. So it's very different than when you had Jaime and Tiger and David Singleton, and Dylan was a freshman, right? And they ran the team, and that's how it was.
Now, Kobe, we're not that far from your hometown, Milwaukee. You got UW, Milwaukee, all going through your family with basketball heritage. But now, after all this time out in L.A., has the antifreeze left your body? Are you now clearly a coast guy and less of a Midwest guy?
Yeah, I think it took me over. I think I'm a West Coast guy now. I still wish I experienced some snow here and there, but ultimately I'm still West.
So no winter hats, gloves,
no
in the closet in L.A.?
Nope. It's all shirts and T-shirts and shorts now.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a call that a lot of fans of current Big Ten teams that were here before you guys joined will make when they come out to L.A. in February. Just talk with Mike Rhodes. His team gets UCLA and then USC in February. L.A. is probably a little bit easier to handle than State College. Dylan, Coach Cronin obviously well after the last couple of years, and Kobe pointed this out. On the opposite side, you watch him on the sidelines, super intense. In these scenarios, so chill. We had a great, relaxed conversation out at Terranea in May as well. When does he flip the switch?
The switch is always flipped on. When season starts, when we get in there for summer practices, when we start getting going, that's when the switch flips. I mean, we're trying to make it to the big dance. We're trying to win a national title. So, Coach Cronin right here, he's a competitor, and I feel like everybody that came to UCLA knows that, and that's why we came here to get better. And we're trying to get to that big dance, and we got to compete. So,
if I was able to sneak into one of your practices and nobody knew that I was there, what would I be in for?
You'll be in for an intense, a fun, and just a knowledgeable practice. Like, you come to a practice, you'll get so much information out of it.
Mick, when you talk to a lot of coaches in the transfer portal, yes, you're trying to get the best players, but so many point out, let's not forget, I'm trying to get not just the best players, but the right players for my program. So how do you identify who's not just the best, but the right guy?
Well, I think, we all gravitate to situations that attract us. Okay, you can go try to recruit whoever, you choose to, but Kobe, he was attracted because he understood who I was already. I understood who he was already. So, you can go try to sell all you want and be a car salesman, but at the end of the day, competitors are going to want a competitive coach. Mature players that know that they need to improve in certain areas, they want to hear that, and they want somebody that will do it for them. Conversely, some they don't want to hear that. They want to hear that you probably want to hear, I'm going to give you the ball and let you shoot every time, and that's where you would go. So, which I'm probably not that guy. So, look, the water always finds its level, and everybody usually ends up where they belong for a reason. So I look at UCLA. We just try to keep it real, and we're trying to hang banners at UCLA. I mean, that's just the reality of that, and we're trying to be honest with our players. And we are intense, we are competitive, and I don't know anybody that's one that isn't.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of banners that do hang. I mean, for you, Kobe, to be able to play at a place like UCLA, which has a history really which is unmatched in the history of college basketball, how much are you looking forward to that aspect of it, stepping inside Pauley for the first time, getting to play a home game?
Oh, it's going to be amazing. I already know the atmosphere that those fans bring, and how the games are and just how tuned everybody is. So I can't wait for that experience. I can't wait to get it started, and I'm super excited to get the season going.
Yeah, so Dylan, for those Big Ten players or coaches that have never stepped inside that arena, what are they going to be looking at?
For Pauley Pavilion,
yeah,
it's going to be loud. It's going to be rocking. The fans, man, they always show out anytime we come into Pauley. It's going to be a great show, regardless of who we play in the Big Ten. But they just know they're going to be in for a show.
Yeah, see that schedule right now. It starts with a couple of the West Coast teams that are closest to you with Washington, and then a road trip to Oregon. Ends against USC. Obviously, that's one of your two-play opponents. I mean, listen, you could look at everybody's schedule, right? Yeah. And every single one, Mick, looks like a murderer's row, because it is.
Yeah, well, look, we just need 12 more teams, and we're like the NBA. I mean, you tell Tony he keeps going.
There's plenty of NBA talent there.
We'll end up there. So, look, it's a coast-to-coast league again. I think the older you get, for me, when you're young, you're trying to survive, get a contract. I'm in an era now where I'm trying to live up to the tradition at UCLA, but it's about the players. And that schedule everybody was looking at, the players love that stuff. They get a chance to play, especially this group. They get to play in two conferences, right? So they get to play at Arizona. Now they're going to get to go play at Indiana. So it's really cool for them. The more you make it about them as you get older as a coach, it makes things pretty simple.
You're also not making your non-con easy either. You got Zona, UNC, and Gonzaga, I believe, in a 2-week stretch in December.
Well, look, I sit in Coach Wooden's chair. You're the coach at UCLA. This is my recruiting spiel. We're always going to play some big-time non-league games. I mean, that's part of our brand. That's part of maintaining your brand. You got to play national games on national TV, and again, that's what these guys want to do. That's why they came to play for UCLA.
Well, they get to do it, and the wait's now only about a month away. Mick Cronin, Dylan Andrews, Kobe Johnson representing UCLA. Guys, really appreciate being with us today. Best of luck this season.
Thank you.
Got it.